In this box is my old 2011 iMac. This is the computer which started it all for me, from creating this YouTube channel to some of my very first videos to even taking it apart, upgrading it and starting my interest in tech and computers. I owe this iMac a lot. Now I haven't used this thing in a while, so I thought in today's video we'll take another look at it and see if we can get Minecraft running on here and what it's like to use in 2024. The iMac I have is a 21.5-inch iMac from 2011. It has a quad-core Intel Core i5 2nd gen CPU with 12 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM along with an AMD Radeon 6770M graphics card and also a very slow 1TB internal hard drive. When I first turned on this computer, I was shocked to find that this was still running macOS 10.6.8 Snow Leopard, a version of macOS which is about as old as Windows 7. Snow Leopard is a really cool looking version of macOS, and it surprisingly runs really well on this machine, but it's starting to show its age now, with modern day applications just not running on it at all. I tried installing Minecraft on the off chance it would run, but unfortunately it requires macOS 10.9 or later. If we wanted any chance of gaming on this computer, then we're gonna need to update our macOS, which is a lot harder than you might think. You see, there have been 13 versions of macOS since Snow Leopard, and we can't just upgrade directly from Snow Leopard to the latest version. Instead, we're gonna have to do it in small increments at a time. Very painful. I started by opening up my very old version of Google Chrome and trying to install macOS El Capitan. However, this was going to take days to download from Apple's website. However, I noticed that I was using Wi-Fi to download this, so I plugged it into the Ethernet, which sped up the download process tremendously. However, once it downloaded, I just couldn't mount the DMG image. I kept getting loads of errors. It was very frustrating, so it was back to the drawing board. I managed to get macOS Yosemite downloaded and installed, so I wave goodbye to macOS Snow Leopard, and after about an hour, I did say this hard drive was slow, I had Yosemite up and running. Yosemite made using this iMac a lot easier and really modernised the look of this iMac. However, there was still very little support for this, and web browsers didn't function correctly and Minecraft wasn't going to run on it. So I may as well try and update to the latest version of macOS that this will support, which is macOS High Sierra. The update to macOS High Sierra went a lot better than I expected. All I needed to do was go on the Mac App Store and install High Sierra from there. From there, I was able to open it, run the installer, and after a few restarts and after about 45 minutes, macOS High Sierra was finally installed and my iMac was up to date. Now, High Sierra is the highest that this iMac will officially support. However, I can use DOSDude's patcher to get this updated to the latest version of macOS. So if you guys want to see a video of that, definitely let me know in the comments, and I'll probably throw an SSD in there while I'm at it. Anyway, I'm going to switch over now to my iMac and let's try out some gaming on here. Here we are, we've finally done the update. I've already noticed that by updating to High Sierra, things have got a little bit slow. Anyway, let's try out Minecraft 1.8.9 vanilla with no mods and see what our FPS is like. This is going to be very interesting. Alright, so here we are up and running on Minecraft 1.8.9. So let me just check the video settings here. Yeah, we'll put it on fancy graphics. So these are the kind of like the normal settings that I'd normally play with. It's actually running quite smoothly. This feels really playable. Anyway, let's check the F3 menu. Ooh, 131 FPS there. Did you see that? Bearing in mind we haven't turned down any video settings. This is like stock kind of performance, I guess you would get. Let's see what the FPS would be like if, say, we put the graphics on fast, turn the smooth lighting off, put particles on decreased, turn off, off, off. What? 200 and 300 FPS? How are we getting so much performance on this old iMac? Now, bear in mind, we're not playing in full screen right now, so let's just go ahead and see if that makes any difference. And yeah, the performance is pretty much the same. We're getting about 300 FPS in this single player world. I could definitely play on this. This has surprised me, honestly. Alright then guys, so let's see how this runs Luna Client. You basically just install it as you normally would on any computer. We're going to go ahead and launch 1.8.9 and see what FPS we can get with Luna Client. Yeah, this is taking a while. This is where the slow hard drive starts to show. So yeah, now we have all of the Optifine settings here, so we can go through and just turn these all off. And here we are on Luna Client. So we've actually taken a little bit of a hit in FPS. We're now getting about 230 FPS. So not quite 300 like we were getting before, which is a bit interesting. Should we try and get the highest FPS on this iMac? Let's try and dig down and maybe zoom in or something. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be breaking any FPS world records. Right, here we are on a super flat world. Interesting, the performance is quite consistent depending on whether you're on a super flat world or a normal world. It's pretty good, honestly. I was expecting about 60 FPS on this thing, but we're getting well over 100. It's very playable. Right, so I'm just going full on FPS mode here. We're going to really try and get the most FPS we can on this. I'm just turning off all the video settings that we don't need. And yeah, now we're well into the 300s. Come on, it's going up. Come on. Hey, there we go. 500 FPS on a 2011 iMac. Let's go. So I've just gone on the macOS Activity Monitor, which is similar to the Task Manager on Windows. See what we've got going on. We've got 254 processes. Not a lot of background processes. I'm not very familiar with some of the stuff that goes on in the background on macOS. I'm sure some people will be able to tell me in the comments. We've got obviously 12 gigabytes of upgraded RAM and only about 2.86 in use. We've got an energy tab here, which is quite interesting. It tells you what applications are using the most energy. It probably needs an SSD upgrade in it. I think this 1 terabyte hard drive is starting to show its age a little bit. This is the original one that it came with. It's quite quiet. It doesn't make much noise. It's just maybe once it's first opening up, things are a little bit slow. All right, guys, now we're going to try an interesting experiment. Can this 2011 iMac run the latest 1.20.4 update? Now, it is giving us a warning here. Your operating system may not support this version of Minecraft, but I'll be down to try it. No way. It actually worked. This is crazy. Right, let's create a new world. I'm not expecting the performance to be good on this system on the latest version, but we'll see how we do. So we're on vanilla. We've got no settings or mods or anything like that installed. We're on fast graphics and most of the settings have been carried over from 1.8.9. What? 150 FPS? I was expecting like 60 maybe, but this is like above and beyond, honestly. Honestly, I shouldn't have retired this computer. I should have just kept it. All right, so let's put our settings on fancy then. Come on. Still, yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting, but 60 FPS on 1.20 on a 2011 iMac. If you don't believe me, I've got my camera over here just to show you guys. Yep, this is Minecraft 1.20. We'll also go off full screen as well, just so you guys can see. Yep, we are on a Mac. We are on an iMac, as you can see on this camera. Honestly, I'm thinking of doing more Mac videos on this channel, so if you want to see that, let me know in the comments. I might upgrade this even more and see if we can get maybe another graphics card in here. Loads of people out there saying that you can't game on a Mac. Well, here you go. Right, so here we are just playing some Hypixel. I'm back on 1.8.9. I'm back on Luna Client, as you can see here. And let's just do some 1v1s. So yeah, the real question is, why did I get rid of this iMac? Well, the reason I did was because I ended up getting my very first gaming PC, and then from there I was able to take my YouTube channel to new heights. Yeah, a gaming PC was definitely a big step up. I was getting over 1000 FPS when I got my brand new computer. So yeah, the Mac got retired. I've still for some reason kept this computer just for sentimental reasons, because this computer owes me a lot. I made this YouTube channel on here. It's a good computer to keep around. Also that, and the value of it's completely plummeted. I remember I saved up all my money when I wanted to buy this iMac. I saved up all my Christmas money, my birthday money. I sold all my old toys just to get some money so that I could buy this iMac. If you want to see me try some other games out on this computer, then definitely let me know in the comments. Maybe I can see if I can get some more RAM in here. Maybe upgrade the processor, take it all apart. We could make the world's first gaming iMac. That would be pretty cool. Right, let's try and do a 1v1 with the Apple Magic Mouse. There's a reason why I use this mouse when I'm doing Minecraft PvP, because this mouse is not good. In fact, I might actually do a video trying to play Minecraft with the Apple Magic Keyboard and Mouse. If we can just win one duel with this mouse, I'll be happy. Come on, Apple Magic Mouse power. You're one hit. We actually beat that guy with an Apple mouse. You know what? It's not all about the peripherals you use. As long as you've got good practice and you know you're set up pretty well, I don't think it makes too much of a big deal what keyboard and mouse you use. Let me know out there if you do play with an Apple Magic Mouse or a trackpad. Be very interesting to see if anyone does actually play with this thing. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to see more videos on this thing in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video.